Recording in progress.
Good afternoon, sir. May I speak to Professor Bose?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May I speak to Professor Bose? Is okay?
No, I'm fine. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Wi-Fi is not working. I'm shifting to phone. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, this is the reason actually. First, I was not understanding that it is Balram's iPad written there. So just now, it's fine, sir. And we keep ready the presentation also whenever.
Okay, when I tell shift, please make it shift. So,
Yeah, yes. So, sir, please allow just to wait.
nice. No.
3:30. Yes.
Yes, time is there.
Actually, people are waiting very eagerly just to listen from you also. And
I have now in Katia. The problem is I have not. My laptop is in my place, so I thought iPad will be better and Wi-Fi is there. They have told it is there, but iPad has so much security. It is not accepting that network. So anyway, connected by Geo. Shall I sit somewhere? Light will be more. I'm just across the light.
No, sir, it is fine. It is absolutely fine.
Is it better or earlier ones? Or more or less same?
Yes.
Okay.
Bimal, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good sir. Bimal sir. Good afternoon, sir.
বিমলের মাইকটা অফ আছে।
জয়েন করে যাবেন না।
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sir,
Good
good
afternoon.
afternoon. 2 days, sir. Sir, I'm just telling sir to Professor Bosch here with us, our mentor and the Professor Emeritus, Professor Sanjeev Ghosh, with us, and he is a former principal Presidency College, and also a lot of establishment in research, and already I don't have such kind of authority to more saying this thing. And sir, Professor Tabul Bosch with us today. He is speaker in this webinar session, and he is head of the department Forensic Medicine in the GSM, and also formerly he was head of the department in NRS forensic science, forensic medicine, and also other just medical institutions also. And he is very eminent also forensic medicine scientist also. So it's very good opportunity for us today. We'll just interact with him, and also many informations we can get with us also. Sir, still
Sure.
people I think joining. So
Mhm.
Rupam,
Yes, sir.
also just I'm putting you also in post also.
Mhm.
So just 1 minute. Somewhere. I think in the department people are here all, and so Professor Bosch, are you okay with
No, I'm
this?
fine.
Okay.
I am fine.
And it's still in good remembrance that when we go for the first BOS for forensic science in Adamas University, you were also in that committee also, and it was very nice. You have graced the occasion in that moment in the university, and your valuable suggestions, those are very helpful for us. And sir, in fact, actually, last year we have started the forensic science program in the School of Basic and Applied Sciences. And as per the approval from the governing board and academic council, and the department has been established as a Department of Forensic Science. And at this moment, the department offering UG and PG programs here. And we are just now in a process to start these programs here. And most importantly, you can also highlight more, better than us, that in Eastern India, it was felt very some kind of a deficiency that there was no forensic science programs, academic programs.
This is the first report.
Yes. And
MP Sagar University is nearest. That is even Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, nowhere.
Yes. So keeping in mind, then we thought that it is good to start here. Whereas, as far as I know, that the start forensic science laboratory, etc., begins in Kolkata first.
Yes,
And
first fingerprint bureau in the world.
Yeah, right, sir. And I read somewhere that first it comes through one kind of some British Shai was here. So during just 1910 or something like this, that time, he started just anguta, fingerprint like this.
Yes.
And it was taken for some kind of attendance.
Sir William Purcell. He was district magistrate of Hooghly.
Okay. Yeah. So then it was felt that whereas we have started even in the world first fingerprint just research level, but there was no any academic program in forensic science. So that was some gap. So based on this thinking, it has been established here, sir. And after all of your that get pupil blessings with us, then we can proceed and we can establish the programs here also.
Right.
So we have taken some initiative to start this program, and as a part of such kind of initiatives, we have arranged some seminars like this Last time it was given, you may know also him, Dr. Harsh Sharma. He was a former director in MP CFSL. So he was there, and we are arranging such kind of activity so that people can know the importance of.
Definitely, orientation is highly required. And as
Yes.
it is non-commercial, usually universities are not attracted to it because there is not much profit here. But for the sake of science, you are doing a great job, I must say.
Yes, sir. So, sir, let our Honorable Dean, sir, and Pro-Vice Chancellor R&D, maybe just he is also joining. Then we'll start. Aditya.
Yes, sir.
Can you just, I think, sir, you have to join, right?
Yes.
Just I give one call.
Swaroop, how are you? কেমন আছো?
ভালো আছি স্যার, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
এই তো চলছে। আমাদের ফিজিক্স ল্যাব ঠিকঠাক আছে তো?
ফিজিক্স ঠিকঠাকই আছে।
দু একটা জিনিস সরিয়ে দিয়েছো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, কি বলছেন?
বলছি কিছু জিনিস ওই ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং বিল্ডিং এ চলে গেছে।
আমাদের ল্যাব থেকে কিছু জিনিস ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং বিল্ডিং এ শিফট হয়েছে। ইউজি ল্যাব থেকে কিছু জিনিস যাচ্ছে।
এমএসসি টা ঠিক আছে তো?
এমএসসি টা ঠিক।
আচ্ছা।
আসলে ওই এখন তো ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এরও আপনার একটা পার্টিকুলার একটা সেমিস্টারের মধ্যেই পুরোটা কমপ্লিট হয়ে যায়। আগে দুটো সেমিস্টার ছিল, তো ওই জন্য ওই ল্যাবে নাম্বার অফ এক্সপেরিমেন্ট, একই এক্সপেরিমেন্ট বেশি হয়েছে করা। যদিও আপাতত সবই অনলাইনে চলছে।
থিন ফিল্মটা চলছে?
থিন ফিল্মটা চলছে।
আচ্ছা, গুড। আমরা একটা এফটিআই এর চেষ্টা করছি, দেখা যাক। রূপম জোগাড় করেছে সব, দেখা যাক।
হ্যাঁ, আমি
ডিসি কে বলেছি আমি।
স্যার ওটা একটু আমরা প্ল্যানটা চেঞ্জ করেছি। ওটা
কি বলো?
ওটা ফার্মেসি, বায়োলজি, রুদ্রদা, সজল ঝা, আমরা সব একসঙ্গে দেবো করেছেন, মানে করেছেনটা আর কি।
সেটাই তো ভালো, আমি বলেছিলাম না ওকে, আমি সেদিনকে মিটিং এ বলেছি যে সবার দরকার
হ্যাঁ, রিকোয়ারমেন্টটা একসঙ্গে
ফার্মাসি।
সবাই মিলে দেবো, তাহলে
হ্যাঁ,
যদি
সবাই মিলে
পাওয়া
দিলে
যায়।
এটা জোর হবে। হ্যাঁ,
হুম,
তুমি যেদিন সাবমিট করবে তোমরা তার পরের দিন আমাকে জানাবে, আর আই উইল কল দ্য সৌমিত্রা টু ফলো আপ।
that is
নাহলে
nice.
হবে না, ওটা নাহলে হবে না।
হ্যাঁ, ওটা সিআইসি তে রাখবো ভাবছি।
হ্যাঁ,
Actually, you know, this program also put in YouTube also. So some
ওকে,
stream, live stream is going on there also.
হুম,
Okay, 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 sir.
So
So,
just but we can start now. I think
I think
time
yes,
is.
we can start, sir. It's already
Uh,
1:40.
we can start.
yes.
I think Sanju Ghosa is here. He can inaugurate the session.
Yes. Exactly.
Aditya, start please.
Yes, sir. Okay, so very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. I, Aditya Kumar Kar, on behalf of Department of Forensic Science, School of Basic and Applied Sciences at Adamas University, welcome you all in this Forensic Science Seminar Series 2. As you all know, forensic science is one of the challenging and emerging fields because it has direct impact on criminal investigation. And today we are blessed to have Dr. E.K. Bose, Professor and Head, Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Jagannath Gupta Institute of Medical Sciences and Hospitals with us to give his insights on lie detection. So at the end of this session, we will send you a feedback form. Kindly fill it for betterment of us. So without taking further time, I would like to invite Dr. Sanjeev Bose to deliver the welcome address, please. Sanjeev, sir.
hey, good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon, our honorable speaker, Dr. Bose. We are very glad that you have kindly agreed to, present here and give a seminar for our faculty members and students. And forensic science is totally based on, I guess, physics, chemistry, biology, and computation. These four are so important, all important areas. That is basic science. So that's why Dr. Shorkar correctly mentioned that, we introduced this forensic science in our university program, and probably this is the first time in the Eastern India region. And we hope that we could produce, good students out of this program, BSc as well as MSc program. And we expect people students from physics honors or chemistry honors or competition people could join here for their master course. And we have quite a few instruments. We have a good facility. Someone has to be mute. Yes.
Kind of echo is coming. Maybe in two devices, somebody is using two devices.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is to detect here. Yes. Somebody is using phone as well as probably the computer. So can you mute?
Aditya, can you mute everyone? Aditya, sir, can you mute?
So now everyone is muted. Sanjeev, sir, please unmute it.
Okay. As I mentioned that we already have central instrumental facility where we have certain highly sophisticated instrument, particularly in spectroscopy. Based on emission spectroscopy, we have gas chromatography, we have atomic absorption spectroscopy, and other things in physics department like producing thin film, which are all important in developing this forensic science. As well as we have a pharmacy department where we have many instruments. We have a department of a school of basic and school of life science and biotechnology, where we have many instruments which will be also used for this purpose, forensic science. So this is under one umbrella. We have many instruments. So we hope that this course will be very enjoyable for the students who will be joining here. So Dr. Sarkar and his team is arranging this seminar quite often during this pandemic period to encourage our students and to encourage our faculty members as well. And today's seminar is like that. So we hope this particular seminar will be very, very beneficial to our students as well as the faculty members, because this is an area where, you know, I just mentioned it's interdisciplinary science, but forensic science is so important in our everyday life. So with these few words, I welcome once again our honorable speaker and hope that everybody, you know, will be benefited by his valuable talk. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite our program convener, Professor Vimal Kumar Sarkar, to welcome to address the session. Sarkar, sir.
Yes. Actually, it's really a good opportunity that, to say something in front of today our very, very respectable and valuable speaker, Professor Bose, and I know just his help is tremendous. Whenever he started for the framing up for the curriculum of forensic science, he was also very actively just a member there also, and very fortunate, sir. It's a good opportunity that Professor Bose has accepted our invitation, and he is today very special speaker today, and also very important that already I was discussing before that one. Whereas the forensic science, this expertise started in different form. It may be laboratory work in different form in Kolkata, in the eastern region, but till date, it really the forensic program, academic program was lacking. But if we see, for example, in North India and in those places, we see that this academic program is really very effective there also. Based on thinking, then the Adamas University started this academic program, and we are very also grateful to our management and the university that facilitated the starting of this academic program. And now we are offering UG, PG level forensic science programs in Adamas University under the School of Basic and Applied Sciences. And here we have established the all required lab facilities and going through a process of more and more sophistication. And very importantly, that for some analysis, we need very sophisticated instruments. And the university has established those instruments here also. It's not my just audacity to be taken as granted. In front of Professor Ghosh, I'm telling that whenever we go for some example, some testing, some kind of soil test even, which needs some existence to prove that some heavy metal, something like this, it needs very sophisticated instruments. But we have in our lab also that atomic absorption spectrophotometer, those things. So in this way, practically this academic program will be very helpful for the proper utilization. So those sophisticated instruments also. And in that respect, we should say that our academic program started with a lot of hope and opportunities are there. And to find some completeness, it is also important to be associated with different forensic science expertise. And this is the reason from the Department of Forensic Science, some arrangement is there to arrange some kind of expertise seminars, speeches, etc. So this is the second series of the speech today, what we are conducting today. And I hope that this session will be very helpful, very fruitful, and very motivational talk today. And with this hope, I wish the grand success of this 2 days seminar. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Aditya.
Thank you, sir. Now I am taking the session forward by inviting Associate Professor and Head Department of Chemistry, Dr. Rupam Sen, Adamas University, for a brief introduction to our honorable speaker. Rupam Sen.
Okay, thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Aditya. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure that I got the opportunity to introduce Professor Bose. He is one of the renowned and eminent scientists and professional in the field of forensic medicine and medical legal experts. And he has vast experience over more than 40 years in this field. And he has continued his research and contributed a good number of articles and various scientific journals, both national and international levels. He attended many national and international seminars and conferences and presented papers. And he was also associated with different editorial boards of national and international review. Actually, he is mostly known as a fighter for the menace of child abuse and maltreatment and worked in many NGOs and performed many workshops during his life. And in collaboration with UNICEF and Kolkata Police, and he trained many police persons associated with Swami Vivekananda Police Academy at Barapur and in different school, colleges, and public institutions. And for his interest in the field of HIV and trafficking, he worked with different NGOs and government organizations and is a certified master trainer in this field by GFATM Round 7. He also worked as Lieutenant Colonel in Army Medical Corps in Territory Army and recipient of decorations. He has been awarded Lifetime Achievement Award by IFMLE, Indian Association for Medical Legal Expert, and awarded Fellow of Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine. He actively participated in ethical formulations and legal awareness programs for the medicos as well as different learned bodies. And he has been long associated with EG and PG Board of Studies with the West Bengal University of Health Sciences. He delivered prestigious different audition in different places, just like BC Bose Memorial Audition at School of Tropical Medicine, Kolkata, and Devi Mukherjee Memorial Audition in IFM, and Apurva Nandi Memorial Audition, I. Bhusana Rao Memorial Audition in IFMCO in Cuttack. Actually, he has many more achievements in his continuous journey, which really inspire and motivate all of us. So now I would like to request Professor Bose to deliver his lecture. So please, sir.
Aditya, he is
Sir, please
muted.
you can unmute yourself, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Dr. Bose, you
Okay.
unmute.
Okay. Now unmute myself.
Yeah,
So,
audible.
first, my heartful thanks to Professor Vimal Shakar, who has given me the opportunity to talk, because all of you know that forensic science now is a neglected subject and nobody bothers for it. Even the students of here, our students who have got the degree of forensic science in different fields finds no place. So to make it attractive, the awareness and other things are essentially required. So one thing I must confess that I am now outside Calcutta. I'm in Katihar for examination that was not prefixed. So the PowerPoint presentation I could not upload from my system because I am using here not the normal Wi-Fi I use. So already given, there will be some problem in just shifting it. Anyway, we can manage it. So scientifically, before going into starting the presentation, scientifically, it has been proved that human brain cannot accept information for more than 40 minutes. So I shall restrict my speech maximum, may not be 40 minutes, maybe a little more, but not 1 hour, 15 minutes, that is too much. So maximum within 1 hour I shall finish, and then there should be a question answer session because all the doubts should be clear. My opinion is very clear about this online teaching. It appears to be talking with a wall. Unless I see the reactions of the audience in front of me or what is going on, it is just like talking. We are now taking online classes, and what is the actual thing going on? I have taken the double-blind interview feedback from the students. Most of them just made it on and then disappears. They don't like it. We are also not liking it. Anyway, but the authority mostly thinks it is no other option now, but they are now seriously thinking to make it a permanent affair because it will save a lot of things. Anyway, that is not my issue. So let us start. My topic today is the art and science of lie detection. So basically, every one of us is very fond of lie, and always we think that our lie cannot be detected. And so I am now giving you small tips how to detect lie from others, and particularly the most difficult task of most efficient lie detector or the lie detection is your spouse. Whatever you tell, the spouse will understand, but she may not tell you anything, but she understands, there is no doubt in that, for the peace of the family. So let us start. Next slide, please. So sorry, it is again good morning. I have changed, it is not morning. So no problem, think it as USA, so it is morning. And these two eyes above, these are the forensic eyes. There is a saying in Medical College Kolkata that forensic eyes are deep and penetrating. So it is your eye and your ear that must be open to see all the things. Next. So this is the motto that we find every time that our life we are living in a bamboo forest. So everyone is ready with a bamboo, and it is a very popular Bengali proverb, but we are finding themselves no peace in life. So that's why that is the reason, one of the reasons of flourishment of life. Next. Next. So this is written, is it worth discussion? Why we are discussing about this topic? Next. In my opinion, of course, it is yes. Next. So your reaction when your lie is caught. So if you know the art and science of lie detection, then you will be an expert liar. So your chance of catching of your lie, the commonest lie in school days, I cannot come to the school due to pain abdomen or headache, or there are so many, we take the help of lie every day, every time. So but when the lie is caught, particularly in front of some sensitive persons, your reaction is to like that. Next one. Next slide, please. So litigation, you just think what I shall do next. Just like Prime Minister after demonetization. Next. So we try to hide. Next. We try to be panicky on this addictive substance, alcohol and tobacco. Next. So we feel ourselves confused that what to do now. We are standing in front of a traffic signal where red, yellow, green, all lights are there, but we are confused where to go, how to solve the problem. Next. With this brief introduction, let us start today's agenda, what we shall try to understand. First point is, what is lie? Next. Why do people lie? Next. When they are easy or hard to catch? Next. How do people telegraph their truthfulness? And last but not the least is, what are the emerging technology with the help of science in lie detection? Because it is mostly used by police people and the investigating agencies to crack the truth. So let us start from the beginning. What is lie? Next. So lying is very common. Bill Clinton say, I never had sexual relationship with that woman, Miss Lewinsky, and I have never ever told anyone to lie. So this is a very famous statement. Next. There is an experiment done as per NET that DePaulo and Kasi, that average person lied to 34% of the people with whom he or she interacted in a typical week. All the administrators must have that experience. Next. Ample responded reporting lying average 13 times per week. Please remember, these are all Western data and they speak much less than us. Third, again, DePaulo and Bell, married couple lied 1 out of 10 interaction. In our country, it must be 5 out of 10 as per my belief with their partners. So we start lying, even reaching home late and everything, we got a lot of excuse. College students lied to their mothers in half of their conversation, that is, they are going for evening class or coaching, but actually for mall or movie. Next. And 83% respondents said that they would lie in order to get a job. For job interview, you say anything, the answer will be yes. You have to work 24 hours a day, you don't get any holiday, no problem, sir. But after getting the job, the theme will change. So whatever, there is a great saying in Mahabharata, great by Krishna to Yudhishthir, that if you want to do a great job, there is no harm in love and war. So in love and war, you can have the aspect of lie. Next. So what if the people started in these cases while lying? So all this data has been collected by interview from the person. So we don't know during interview also whether they have lied or not. So that is a great thing. I have done one small survey among the addictive habits of the medical students. So the result was typically alarming that almost all of them told they are addicted to alcohol, hard drug, etc. That is not correct. So to become a hero, to become that, that has become a symbol of heroism in our student life, smoking, which is done by the great Devanand and something, that style, Rajinikanth. So we started that is a mark of heroism like that. Next. So paradox of deception is perception is most people think that they are good lie detector. Nobody can speak lie in front of me. I can detect, but I cannot. I am always truthful. But the reality is, most people are very poorly lie detectors, but highly skilled liars. People can tell lies efficiently, and they are usually very poor lie detection. Next. Please mute the mic.
Please mute everyone. Host can mute everyone.
Some TV.
Please unmute yourself now.
I think that is.
So let me whatever I have told, let me test your visual ability. It is not possible to test. In our childhood, we are always told by our parents, "Chok kan khule rekhe cholish." So it is not possible to test your ear. So let me test your eyes. No tension. It is a simple test. Now I am showing you 4 figures of a famous American actress. In one figure, she is really happy, and other 3, she is deceiving. She is telling lie, acting. So which one? Please keep it yourself because it is no question of taking vote by chat. In most of you, I think, have thought that B, the upper one, is the real happiness. Actually, it is C, that is below and left to the screen, not above right. Okay, next one. So I don't know how many you be honest and say don't take lie after the test. So these are pictures of different ladies. The pictures has been taken just prior to an act. Can you identify the act? What they are doing? Anybody? Okay. But I am giving you a hint. It is not related to orgasm, which comes particularly male minds first, or sexual affair, fantasy, not like that. No delivery, no sex business. The answer is, I am telling the answer. After the test is over, please give an honest feedback that these pictures are taken just before sneezing. When your sneezing will come just before, your face will be like that. So my advice to all of you, whenever you feel sneezing, run with your smartphone in front of a mirror, take a selfie, and then post it as your profile picture in WhatsApp or Facebook. If you won't get 100 likes in half an hour, please tell me. I'm getting all my connections. I have again tested it, and that is positive. Next one. Next one will be what is definition of lie. So definition of lie. So just write in the chat box how many of you are diagnosed it correctly. I think very difficult, but anyway, I shall take another test after a few slides. So what is lie is a false statement deliberately presented as being true. So it is false, but presented as truth and something meant to deceive or give a wrong impression. Why we are not taking the truth? Because we have got a mind to deceive something or to give a wrong impression. It is given always with the intention to give a wrong impression. Next one. So please remember the word intention. Next. So we can classify lie. All lies are not bad. So I am just classifying the lie. Number one is protective lie. That means telling children that some reason they may ask you when there are some TV ad about the sanitary napkin or about the condom, and young kids always ask their parents what is there. So they are telling it is balloon or something like that. So it is lie, deliberately telling lie, but it is not that age that they should know the truth. So it has got an age. And another in reverse also, sometimes it is reassuring. The doctors mostly do it. Even a terminal cancer, they say that no problem, we will be cured. No problem. So giving a hope, because hope will make us alive. So it is also lie, but if you go to a doctor before any operation, the doctor will say no tension. It will be nothing and you will be absolutely okay. But there are a lot of deaths after post-operative time. So number two is white lie. That is also a very good thing because that don't harm anybody. So if my missus is not listening to it, so I can tell it with a little danger in my mind, may listen, that my wife is a very bad cook. So if I invite you to my residence and if you are entertained in the food is very bad, and Mrs. will definitely ask, how is the food? What will you say? You say always say no, very good. So another example during puja is coming, somebody is buying a very bad types of garment and showing you how it is. You never say it is bad. Very few people tell the truth. So it is to please somebody. So lie that don't harm and make good. So people will be happy that I am doing this thing in a right way. And so for this, there is a Bengali proverb that don't talk while eating, because if you tell during eating that it is very good, definitely the host will give you something more. They will add you something more and that will be dangerous for you. Anyway, next one is lying by omission. Failing to reveal one's belief in order to deceive. That means the same old story as that means I am lying, but in the covering of truth. Okay. So that is lying by omission. I am intentionally omitting something to make the sense different. Number 4 is bluffing. It is usually considered as a lie in case of game, particularly anyone who has been played cards. It is a very interesting to give bluff to the partner so that they can do wrong thing. Even in sports also, it is there. Next. Another 2 or 3. Next, please. Jest. Jest means when we tell something, some story. It is our popular Bengali habit to add some color. We never tell what we have heard. So always with the color, it becomes totally different. So it is sarcasm or telltale tales. We assume, understand, capability not telling the truth. And last but not the least is careful speaking, that I avoid the telling of outright lie by careful choosing word. Okay, half answer. So that is actually neither true nor lie. So I want to conceal it. Concealing of truth is also one type of lie. Next. Now, morality of lying. From our childhood, we have learned that lying is very bad. Always tell truth, and our Indian logo is Satyameva Jayate. So always truth will win. So what are the different philosophers thought about lying? Lying is a misuse of human faculty of speech. Lying undermines trust, which is essential to the community. Nobody believes a liar. Very famous story of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Bhuban and Gopal. And lying undermines others. Lying makes a decision for the other person rather than letting him and her decide based on facts. And it is very important in judicial parlance because false or lying evidence can make a person die. Others defend lying, such as telling a Nazi soldier that there was no Jewish children in the house or something like that. Even if some person, the humanitarian ground, we have to tell lie But now lie is become so much rampant that people's thought it is normal. Just next one. I'm giving one example. I have to plan to go to Gujarat sometime back, 6 months back, during peak of second wave. Next slide, please. And I require RT-PCR. That time I was in Kishanganj, and the facility was not there. So I'm thinking what to do. Without RT-PCR, they won't. Ahmedabad airport would allow me to enter. So if people like Angel came and say, "Sir, I have heard you want RT-PCR report. I can give it." So where the test will be done? No. Test is not required. Whatever report you want, if you want positive, it will be given. People are taking positive. Yes, for leave. People's taking leave, giving that report 14 days unconditional leave, and for traveling negative. So just normal rate is such and such. So as you are a senior teacher close to me, I shall offer you discount. So this is the way. And he's telling it to the private. I'm saying, why you are doing this? No, I am helping the people. And helping is never bad. So we have some excuse. Anyway, so why do we lie? Don't think that we are only the liar. Lying common in animal kingdom. This camouflage by butterfly, the camouflage by woodpeckers, all are lying. They are lying as their leaves or they are something like that, and they catch their prey. Next. Lying in animal. Coco, the female gorilla, used American Sign Language. Sign cat did it. When confronted with a scene, she has damaged during the tantrum. Those who are having of keeping pet animal, they have seen that they are not always telling the truth. Or wolves also bluff in our custom. Perhaps in I am from Jharkhand, this West Midnapur and Bankura, there is a favorite ritual that is known as cock fight. Okay, so two cocks are made to fight with small dagger at the leg. Very often, one cock falls in the ground and the other cock thinks that he has won. But that was a false move, and that cock lying on the ground jumps and then kills the other one. So I've seen it in my eyes, but anybody can see it. It is a favorite thing in all village fairs. Next. Now the development of lying. This ability is universal. No one in earth can say that I am Yudhishthira, I never lie. Children demonstrate theory of mind at about the age of 4 years. Simultaneously, they are capable of lying effectively. So after 4 years, they can lie. The ability of lying precedes a moral understanding about the importance of honesty. Consequently, children lie frequently until they learn from the result in negative consequence. Adults preferably lie as frequently as children, but about different things. So in this connection, I am tempted to tell a very famous story by Ashapurna Devi, a very famous author in Bengali literature. So it is better if I tell the story in Bengali, but however, Bangla bolbo ekটু. Is there any problem to tell the story in Bengali? Dr. Sarkar?
No problem, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, no problem.
বলুন
No, sir.
গল্প বলছি
স্যার বলুন বাংলায়, খুব ভালো লাগবে শুনতে আরো।
তো গল্পটার নাম হচ্ছে সদা সত্য বলিবে কিন্তু কখনো বলিবে। এরকম একটা কখনো সত্য বলিবে। একটি ছোট বাচ্চা বাড়িতে আছে, তার মধ্যবিত্ত বাড়ি, তাদের একটা প্ল্যান হয়েছে। মধ্যবিত্ত বাড়ি রিক্রিয়েশন যা হয় যে বিকেল বেলা বেরিয়ে ইভিনিং শো সিনেমা, আমাদের ছোটবেলার কথা বলছি, ইভিনিং শো সিনেমা দেখে রাত্রেবেলা হোটেলে খেয়ে ফিরবে বাবা মা আর বাচ্চা। তো সবাই গোছগাছ করছে, রেডি হচ্ছে, এমন সময় দরজায় বেল। তো এই শুনে ভেতরে মা শাড়ি পরছিলেন, বললেন এই সময় আবার কে হাড় জ্বালাতে এলো, এতদিন পর আমরা একটু বেরোচ্ছি, এই সময় কে হাড় জ্বালাতে এলো। দরজাটা খুলে দেখে যে মাসি হচ্ছে বড় লোক এবং খুব ক্লোজ। তাকে দেখে মা বললেন, ও মা কি সৌভাগ্য, এসো এসো। বাচ্চাটা তার দিকে বললাম, মা তুমি এক্ষুনি বললে না যে উনি হাড় জ্বালাতে আসছে মাসি, আর এলে এই সময় কেন লোকে জ্বালাতে আসে? তো মাসি সেই শুনে রেগে মেগে চলে গেল। তাই শুনে মা বাচ্চাটাকে একটা চড় মারল, তোকে পাকামা করতে কে বলেছে, কথা বলতে কে বলেছে। তারপরে বাচ্চাটা লাস্টে লেখা আছে যে বাচ্চাটা পড়াশোনা করছে, খাচ্ছে, মানে রেগে মেগে আর যাওয়া হয়নি। তখন বলেছে বইয়ে লেখা থাকে সদা সত্য বলিবে কিন্তু কখনো সত্য বলিবে না, সত্য বলিলে মার খাইতে হবে। নেক্সট। অসংখ্য গল্প, A robo has learned to deceive. Lawrence Keller robo, you react with environment with a computerized genome. Bots have found food bait and other successful bots and send their genome into the next generation. Bots can turn blue lights on and off. Next. Science. Now next come to our part. How to catch a liar. So basically the principle is liars only look different when the following two conditions are met. Number one, the person is deliberately and knowingly telling a lie. And number two, the person thinks lying is wrong. So if a person is deliberately and know that I am telling a lie, and number two, the person must think that lying is wrong. If the person thinks that I am telling lie, but it is correct. To think about Taliban, what is his idea? His lie detection or test never come to any conclusion. That is a psychopathic personality where that is the, say for example, the so-called super killers. Their profession is killing. So they are getting money for it and they are killing. They have no repent nothing. So it is impossible to extract truth from them. That's why it is very, very difficult to have the truth from the terrorist. So terrorists have been trained in such a way that they think that today I am terrorist. All the persons who fight in when India was not independent, now they are martyrs. Their pictures in there in parliament. We have their birthday and other day celebrations. So they are also thinking like that, that our aim is to free, say, Kashmir, and if when the Kashmir will be free, we are martyrs. So they don't think that lying or killing somebody is wrong. So it is not possible to detect. Only the person who is deliberately and knowingly telling a lie and thinking it is wrong. Why? Because if you think something is wrong, then it has caused a physiological change in your system. That change we can detect by scientific means. Okay, next. So first, an experiment was done because lying and forgetfulness is not same. That is known as very famous Loftus experiment. 150 person has been shown a video of an automobile accident. After the video, the question was asked. Make it shorter. That what is the color of the car? The person is crossing from right side to left or left side of right. Do you see someone horn is there or not? Next. The answers were more or less correct. I'm just showing the statistics. Next one. And the same picture has been shown after 4 weeks. You can see that percentage decreased so much. That doesn't mean that other persons in the second session video was not shown, but the same questions were asked. So we forget in natural events. So we are not lying, but we are forgetting. So forgetfulness and lying are different. So I'm just telling a simple example to make you understand. So if I ask you what is the headline of today's newspaper, almost most of you can answer what are the main news today. If I ask yesterday, few can answer. If I ask today is Friday, what was the headline of last Friday? Hardly anybody can tell because it is not in our permanent memory. We have got also same hard disk and RAM, all in the RAM. We have seen, listened so many things throughout the day. All things are there in the brain, but we could not keep it in our memory. So that is the result. So if somebody asks you after 3 years of an incident, say a case of homicide, the person may tell something different or wrong, but he is not lying. And lie detection will not reveal any further information. Next one. When people don't care, people who believe that lying is wrong will show very few, if any, detectable signs of arousal. So if I don't feel lying is wrong, nothing, no change will be. Who are there? I've already told psychopaths. Psychopaths are borderline of normal and psychological person, criminal, or not incapable of empathy or guilt, like terrorists. They do not perceive that harming others is a problem, and it will be an effective liar. So whatever we are doing, they are doing, they think it's a great work. They are not at all bothered for that. Next one. That is seen in communal riots, etc. When people are killing another person, even they don't know. So let us come for the very common things, how to detect lie in people you know. Is far easier than detecting lie in stranger. Why? Because those you know their nature, you know their activity. When dealing with stranger, the baseline question that nobody lie about the established normal behavior. Okay. So assuming the person is deliberately and recognized lying as negative, what are the observations? What are the things? You just think in your childhood, you have secured a bad result in the school annual examination or class test. All these things were happened to you. Number one, reduced articulation. I cannot speak clearly. I say slowly and the articulation will become broken. Aste aste, dhire dhire, bhenge bhenge bolbo. Number two, most important one, facial and body response do not match. Face is the mirror of mind. So a joke is cracked, you are laughing, but you are not laughing from your mind. You are showing you are laughing. You are acting. Number three, facial and body response that pass quickly are replaced by conscious response. So normal response, which is automatically pass off the emotional response, but you are replaced by some conscious response. Next. Upper body movement will be reduced because you feel afraid and you stretch your legs normally, increase lower body movement, and you try to make yourself steady by moving your legs side by side. That means giving strength. And nervous smiling or laughter that is inappropriate, giving the topic under discussion. Smiling is a submissive signal. So you are always afraid in terms of interrogation that you may be arrested, you may be beaten. So I am okay, don't hurt me. I am telling the right thing. Most important one is eye contact. Very difficult to tell lie in eye, looking at the eyes. Whenever you are there, you tell lie, always head down position. The examination result is bad. You cannot tell your parents, oh, I failed in this subject. You tell always in eye down contact. And last but not least is the timing. Emotions are spontaneous, instantaneous reaction to our environment. Any delay in reaction should be suspected. That's why in the technique is to tell some jokes, irrelevant thing maybe, and the person is thinking, the person is telling something, shall I laugh? Is it a trap? So what is normal? Normal is whenever there is some question, we answer spontaneously. But if I want to conceal lie or tell lie, I first listen, then think why the question is like that, what is the purpose, then I cook the answer, then I shall tell. Next. Okay. So again, another twist, keep your eyes and ears open for lie detection. So lie detection, I'm omitting so many things because body movement is a very big thing. Just for one or two things because we have not till yet reached the scientific parameter. So eyes and ear open, not possible to test ear. I am testing again the eyes. Next. So I will show you three pictures. Okay. One picture, these pictures are from advertisement of Colgate. Colgate always claim that they make your teeth dazzling white. Disclosure, I am not advertising Colgate. I am not using Colgate. I am not telling anybody to use Colgate. It is just for scientific purpose. Look at the picture very carefully. Okay, next. Three pictures are there. Second picture, next. Third picture, again back to first one. Have you seen anything in the three pictures? So most of you have seen that there is some discoloration of tooth. This is known as bias. As I have been given the history that about the Colgate and about the dental clearance, we all look to the teeth, but that is not the purpose. Those who are good visual activity, what they should look, I am telling, number one, this lady has got 6 fingers. It is known as polydactyly. The fingers on the shoulder, just count, it is 6. Okay. Next one. Picture 2. Here, the male person don't have an 1 ear. Only 1 eared person is not possible. Absence of right ear. Third one is easiest. Next. But you are looked at the teeth only. Third one. Third one is the easiest. The lady is standing with the 2 hands by her side. And there is another hand on the shoulder of the male person. Is it ghost? So it is incompatible, not possible. So those who have got good eye can see so many things. So try to keep your eyes better. So one of the very good experiment you can do. I have tried it in my college life, and I can understand. That is, whenever you going your journey by a train or bus, okay, try to assess who will get down first and stand in before him. So you can see so many gestures, and if you keep your eyes open, you can see the poly bags or something with some level. So it belongs to some area. The person might get down there, it may not be there. Some person may look outside very frequently, so he may get down there. So it is a good thing. It will pass your time. If you won't get the seat also, then you can understand what is wrong in your observation. So observation makes your sense better. Next one. So proceeding to how could we detect lie? The following deception detecting techniques are used by the police, forensic psychologists, and security experts. Next, sign of deception, eye movement, and micro expression. I'm not going into full details of it. It will take 1 hour. Next, just one or two things. So body language of lie, emotional gesture and contradiction, intervention and reaction, verbal context and content, and other signs and final notes. Next, just show few pictures of it. Okay, see. Body language, physical expressions will be limited and stiff. The few arm and hand movement, hand, arm, and leg movements are towards their own body, and liars takes up. Liar is close. You can see the hands are like that. Legs are crossed. That means I am close. Open person means I am open. So if you see a person like that, that he is closed, think he is telling lie. He is not a person of open heart. Next one. You have seen in the TV show, almost all the actresses and models, they sit in cross legs because they have got so many loopholes, they try to lie. So a person who is lying to you will avoid making eye contact. I've already told, the eye touching their face, throat, and mouth, touching or scratching the nose, behind their ear, not likely to touch, his chest or heart with an open hand. Next. These are the pictures. See gestures and expression. The expression, the lady is saying, I love you. Do you believe? I love you, and look at the face. So it is not correct. Frowning. So it is acting. Next one. This is reaction. A guilty person gets defensive. He becomes angry. An innocent person will often go on the offensive. Okay. So innocent person and guilty person fundamental is defensive and offensive. Next one. The liar is uncomfortable facing his questioner and accused and may turn his head or body. I already told they won't look. So those who have got very frequent quarrel with the spouse can feel it that you are not looking to some other place, and that more irritates the other counterpart. A liar might unconsciously place objects, book, coffee cup in between them and to make a partition, to make a wall. Next. Verbal context and command. A liar will use the words and to make answer a question. When asked, did you eat the last cookie? The liar answered, no, I did not eat the last cookie. Not only no, because it is called paraphrasing or repetition of the same thing. A statement with a contradiction is more likely to be truthful. I don't do it instead of I did not do it. Okay, next. Another half an hour. Distancing language, next. Other signs of lie. If you believe someone is lying, then change subject to conversation quickly. The guilty wants the subject change. He don't want, he or she don't want that subject to continue. An innocent person may be confused by the sudden change in topics and will want to back to the previous. Okay, so innocent person will try to have the discussion on the same topic, and the guilty person will try to change the topic. Next one. Finally, just because something exhibits one or more of these signs does not make them a liar. So don't think everyone is a liar. The above behavior should be compared with the person's base behavior whenever possible. Some persons are always close. By habit, they are close. But that doesn't mean that they are telling lie. Next one. So eye movement, I am not going into the details. There are 6 eye movements and there are different things about telling lie. What should be the movement? Next. So micro expression means expression of the face and small things that that is beyond our control. Micro expressions are there always. Next. Just showing one or two pictures of micro expression. Micro expression is a momentary, involuntary facial expression that people unnecessarily display when they are hiding an emotion. They are quick, intense expression and concealed emotion. Next. They may be brief. Micro expressions can appear and disappear of the face in a fraction of a second. And involuntary, a micro expression is caused by involuntary movement of his facial muscle. If some cheat or the liar comes to you and say wants money, there may be some fake excuse. Just look at the mind at the fraction of a second. His face will tell something different. Next. See, this is a smile above picture. Is it a real smile? No, it is a satanic smile. But in the below picture, you can see that if in face, everything is smiling. Eye is smiling, nose is smiling, cheek is smiling. So look at the eye, because eye is the mirror of mind and it's very difficult to conceal the significance of eye. Next. So these are the different facial micro expression: sadness, anger, contempt, disgust, surprise, fear, etc. Good actor can have all these things artificially. Next. So if you are interested, you can go to this YouTube site and you can get so many videos. Next. Or search also, no problem. So let us come to the science now. Till now, this introduction is already half an hour. I have to finish at 5. So next. So these are the very famous cases in India where the lie detection technique has been used. Next. Just pass on one by one. It won't take time. So Mumbai terror. This is Muhammad Ajmal Kasab. Next. Subject to narco analysis at Bangalore. This is Pandar and Kohli, very famous case. They are sent to brain mapping and narco analysis in Nimhans, Bangalore. Next. They killed and put the baby inside. This is a very famous case, and all of you know about the case, Arusi murder case. Dr. Nupur Talwar and Rajesh Talwar. The daughter has been killed. The servant has been killed also. Next. Each and every case require 1 hour. Malegaon blast, Lieutenant Colonel Tushar Purohit charged to first revolt against the state. Next. Telgi, stamp paper scam. Next. This is Monica Seles about the contract killer and his love. Sorry, Monica Bedi, not Seles. Sorry. Next. Dawood Ibrahim and Monica. Godhra train burning. Many suspects were subjected to truth serum. Next. Best bakery case. That is 14-19 years old Tahira said, very famous case. Next. Parliament attack 2001, Afzal Guru. Next. Rijanur in Calcutta. Next. Rajkumar kidnapping case, Bangalore. Next. After Rajkumar, Birappan. Serial killers of Bangalore. So a lot of cases. Next. Now let us come to history, because history is always there. So let us come to the history of lie detection. Next. See, in Western Africa, suspects were made to hold and pass a bird's egg. The person broke the egg, he was considered guilty. Something scientific, because if I am nervous, my hand will tremble and that will cause crackness of the egg. Next one. That is very famous Indian lie detection. Sita Agni Parikha. Devi Sita has to prove his purity by jumping into fire. That is absolutely wrong and unscientific. Nowadays, Ram should be convicted under 498 IPC, cruelty to a married woman. Next. Trial by ordeal. Here also, the suspects were asked to dip their hand in boiling water. No blister proves innocence. Water, fire, don't discriminate. So it is a wrong thing. Next. This is choking. The person is made to eat food with feather. That is a bun in between feather. If chokes, assume guilty, somehow scientific, because if we tell lie, our throat will become dry due to nervousness. Okay, so we cannot gulp quickly. Next. So evolution of modern day lie detection techniques. So from monkey, we advance to computer, and we are doing so many things. Next. So let us come to the first test. The oldest test was traditional lie detector test known as polygraph. So what is there? Basically, very simply, I am telling you, there are three parameters: the heart rate, the blood pressure, and the temperature of the body. Okay, so these are monitored, and the questions are asked. Initially, normal question: what is your name? Where do you stay? Like that. And at the end, have you steal the money? Immediately there will be something, jump of your blood pressure and rate, your pulse rate will increase. Whenever we tell lie, that is a type of our fight with something. What is fighting? In fighting inside the body is ready to fight. So your hunger is gone, all the blood will go to the vital parts only, not periphery will become cold and clammy. Sweats will come and you see your heart rate will increase. Just think, you are getting a question. All of you have given examination. You are appearing in the examination, the subject you don't like, mostly mathematics for most of you, and the question papers they are distributing. Just see your pulse, see your hands, and everything that is like that. Next one. So objective is to create a sensing device modeled after a polygraph test. Test will incorporate results from several physiological sensors, and that is a lab view program to gather and analyze. Next. So it monitors heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure, arm and leg motion, and electrodermal activity. Earlier it was done manually with the manual meters. Now it is done digitally. Next pictures are there. So real world polygraphs that design model. Assume a polygraph which monitors all these things and lab view. Next. So it uses electrodermal activity and motion. Next. Electrocardiogram was taken earlier, only blood pressure. Now it is ECG, and then galvanic skin response sensor, the temperature of the skin and other things. Next. This is electrocardiogram. It measures the electrical activity of the heart, define heart rate and rhythm. Next. This is skin sensor. Next. Now this data is analyzed in the computer. Next. Our body is totally running on electricity, so voltage, etc. there. So next. So see the normal electrocardiogram, you can see here that there is 5 waves, PQRST, and it is going on more or less in the same pace. Little up down is okay. Next. This is a electrocardiogram of a person who is telling lie. You can see the heart rate is very much increased and the blood pressure is going up. So it is deceptive form. The person is telling something lie. Next, but it is not valid. Anyway, next. So source of error, because this test is not done nowadays. It has been totally discarded. Lal Bazar has got one machine, but not used. Why? Because it is the indication of nervousness. You are taken by the police to a police station, or somebody is asking you something in any interview or something like that, inquiry, you feel nervous. And anybody nervous, his heart rate, pulse, etc., you are anxious. So I have already told, prior to examination, same thing. That means you are not telling lie. So nervousness is the main factor which causes all these things. And so it is not possible to judge the person is nervous or not, unless the person is a very hardcore criminal. Everyone listening to it. If anybody is called by the police people, come to the police station, will become nervous. Next. And difficulties are, these are all got heart rate monitor limitations and not a reliable guide. There are a lot of condition, disease condition, when all these things will be there. Person may take some medicine where it will be there. Next. So now the court of law has already discarded it. However, there are some rules that investigators should desist from threatening or abusing. Then the person will become more nervous. During the examination, police should not be there. The test has to be conducted with the consent, and question methods and preparation of questions should be done by expert. The questions should be relevant and irrelevant, then again relevant, then again irrelevant, then control, then like this going on, so that not a single cycle will have your information. Next one. So these are old machine and old examination paper recording. Next. So limitation, I have already told, mental tension and physiological disease like blood pressure, except perspiration, nervous person as like that. Next one. So it is unreliable. The opinion can be biased and nobody can be forced, and human rights are very strong now. Nobody can be put forcefully to lie detection, but there are some techniques used by the foolish people. You cannot avoid it. Just I'm tempted again to tell you a real story. In some instance, the person has been called by CBI in New Delhi and requested to present before lie detection. The person flatly refused that I don't give consent, my lawyer will not give consent. The CBI officers very politely said, no problem, sir. You are not here for a very senior person. That you can go now, no problem. But every week we shall call you. We have the power. Police has got power to call. You have to come to Delhi. We shall make you sit throughout the day for 1 day or 2 days. Then you let you go. Again call in next week. Your life will be miserable. And if you give the polygraph test, then in the court, there your lawyer can tell so many things, but you will not be disturbed. So choice is yours. Like that, police has got different techniques. Next. So next, it has been discarded. Now, next one come as truth serum, that is known as narco analysis. It is obsolete now. Why obsolete? I am telling you. Brain mapping, next to that, it is also obsolete. Current is brain fingerprinting, and most recent one is functional MRI. We shall just touch all these things in 20 minutes. Next. Truth serum or narco analysis was very popular. It is known as that scopolamine, morphine, and chloroform. It is in between consciousness and unconsciousness. You can realize it in the Sunday lazy afternoon after having a very good meal, usually mutton in Bengali house. You are having a leisure in your bed. You are not sleeping and you are not awake. So you feel very light, and that is in between conscious and unconsciousness. Please remember our higher center. That is controls everything. Whatever you are doing is controlled by higher center. If I cut off it, then the lower center is animal center. They have no inhibition. They will tell all the things. So interrogation of suspected criminals were done by making that twilight sleep stage. Next one. The first dictum is the in vino veritas. That means wine is used, alcohol is used because alcohol does the same thing. It cuts the higher center. And if you have got friends who take alcohol, a little high dose, they can tell all the secrets. Some people, some totally become silent. So earlier, intravenous ethanol is used. Truth serum is not a serum. Informed consent is a must. Forensic psychologist, anesthetist, and physician. Procedure done in OT. Next. By the way, I am telling why it is now not used, because it is invasive. We are giving some drug like pentosal sodium, less dose than anesthetic dose. You become drowsy. But again, all the drug has got side effect. So if something happens to you, who will be responsible? Because drugs are given with a risk ratio, that benefit and risk. So here, benefit is more, risk is less. That's why doctors are giving drug. But here, there is no benefit at all. The police has got benefit, but you don't have any benefit. And as per law, nobody can be forced to use as a evidence against himself. So that is the problem, and that's why it is totally banned now. Earlier, it was only held in Nimans, Bangalore. Now it is not there, totally closed. So just in a semi-conscious condition, questions are asked and answers were asked. I've got a video recording of that time. Sometimes we get a chance, I shall show you that recording, at how the murder case has been revealed. Next one. Next. Most recently, researchers towards development of new and effective drug, linkage between biomolecule are responsible for a particular bioactivity and the drug. Next. This is a system, drug is given. Next. Next. Blood pressure, etc. are monitored because it can cause hypotension. Next. EEG is also taken along with the what is the condition of the brain. Next. This is the record. Everything is monitored. There is no instance till now. Next, no instance till now that there is some damage, but as because it is invasive, the Supreme Court has made it banned. Next. So no side effect. I've already told it, no adverse effect, but anyway, it's not used. Next. So legal status, narco-analysis survived the legal scrutiny first, but then Supreme Court made it non-viable in 2006. Next. Human rights, I think it's legal, not much required for you. Basically simple, no lie detection test should be administered without consent. Next. And if with consent, the lawyer should be there. Next. Consent, how it is to be recorded. These are all technical things, I think not required for the mass audience. Next. Next. Now next one, brain mapping. So lie detection, truth serum is gone. Third one is brain mapping. What is that? So when we do exercise, what happens? That area become warm. If we do some gym, our body will become warm, and as more amount of calories lost, then glucose activity increase in that part. So when we tell truth, it is told and it comes out automatically, not much exercise. But if I tell lie, I have already told you have to think, you have to prepare. So glucose activity will increase in that part of the brain, which is there to function, make the things. This activity is detected by a PET scan, positive emission, positron emission tomography scan, and it will produce some activity of the brain. Next, it is also banned because we cannot see unless we give a dye. A dye to the brain is harmful. Next, this is the normal brain. Next, see, in the backside, the red area, this is the area where the blood flow has been increased. This color came due to giving of dye. And thermal imaging means, you know, after gym or muscle temperature rises. Similarly, when brain works, anything works, your computer CPU works, it will become hot. So when brain works, it will become hot. And this is the thermal image as seen in the Google, different colors. The red color area is the highest thermal effect. And here the lie is prepared. Next. So this is the brain scan. Normally you see the normal and moderate. In normal, the brain activity is limited to the normal activity, whereas in moderate, it is throughout. Next one. It is actually high definition neuroimaging. But again, due to this dye, it has been banned. Now come to the recent one and best one now, because functional MRI, though best, but it is very expensive and has limited weight. So brain fingerprinting, the basic is P3 wave. It is not P3 garment. There is all the things which we have in our mind from childhood. Everything is there. There is no place to hide. But where it is stored, that is to be retrieved. Some of আমাদের কেউ কেউ খুব সুন্দর জিনিসপত্র গুছিয়ে রাখে, so we can retrieve it quickly লাইব্রেরি থেকে এমনি। কেউ কেউ কোনো গোছানোর মাপ নেই, কম্পিউটারে কোথায় কি পড়ে আছে, that will take long time, but ultimately it is there. It is not like that, it is not there. So this wave, this P3 wave, there is a small wave, and that is diagnostic of something comes out with that memory. How that memory will come with ERP. ERP means event related potential. Next. Next. So psychological stress evaluator, আমরা P300 যেটা wave 300 millisecond থাকে, সেজন্য P3 wave বলা হয়। So murmur is, it is actually memory encoding related multifaceted electroencephalographic response. So all our memory is encoded itself in the brain. It has been seen if the people have got drowning or some catastrophe in life. Just like very old memory where I have kept my pencil in my childhood, totally out of mind, sometimes come back in your mind. So it is due to murmur and admissibility in the court of law, it is accepted. Next. Next one. Next one. So fundamental principle between the perpetrator of a crime and an innocent person is that the perpetrator, having committed the crime, has the details of the crime stored in the memory. Clear? And the innocent person don't have that in the memory. And that is why brain fingerprinting testing detects scientifically the presence or absence of specific information. Next. Next. সো ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড এটা অনেক কিভাবে এসছে আবার দেরি হয়ে যাবে। নেক্সট, লিমিটেশনও থাক। নেক্সট, আমি জাস্ট প্রিন্সিপালটা বলে দিচ্ছি। নেক্সট, নেক্সট। So human brain central to all human act is criminal act also, it is there. So Dr. Farwell, who has discovered brain fingerprinting, there is scientific objective way to match the evidence stored in the brain. Dr. Lawrence Farwell developed and patented the technology, which is a computer-based technology to identify the perpetrator of a crime accurately and scientifically by measuring brain wave response to crime-relevant word or picture presented on a computer screen. Next. কিভাবে হবে এটা, how it is to be done. The EEG person is fitted with EEG, then the text বলা হবে সেই লোকটার কথা বা সে কি ক্রাইম করেছে, that will raise a picture response. যে করেছে তার ব্রেনে ওটা আছে, যে করেনি তার মাথায় সেটা আসবে না। অথবা পিকচারে ব্রেন ওয়েভ, তাকে ছবিতে মার্ডার ওয়েপনটা দেখানো হলো, মার্ডার সিনটা দেখানো হলো, ইমিডিয়েটলি দ্যাট কজ দ্যাট P3 ওয়েভ। That can be measured by EEG. The data has to be analyzed, and this P300 is emitted by the brain is uncontrollable. So lie detection, lie যেরকম করা যায়, এটা করা যাবে না। We cannot have that facility to make it constant. Next, একটা চার্ট দেখালে ক্লিয়ার হবে। Next, next. এই টেক্সট দেওয়া যেটা একই কথা বলা আছে 10 মিনিটের মধ্যে। এই ডক্টর ফারওয়েল, আমি এটা খুব ক্লিয়ারলি নেক্সট পিকচারটা বলে যাবো। নেক্সট, জাস্ট এটা দেখেই বলবো হাউ ইট ওয়ার্কস। তিনটে লাইন আছে, একটা রেড, একটা গ্রিন, একটা ব্লু। রেড মিনস দ্য ইনফরমেশন দ্য সাসপেক্ট ইজ এক্সপেক্টেড টু নো, এমন যে ইনফরমেশন যেটা সে জানে, নাম কি, বাড়ি কোথায়, কত বয়স। গ্রিন হচ্ছে দ্য ইনফরমেশন নট নোন টু দ্য সাসপেক্ট, যে সাসপেক্ট সে সেটা জানে না, আবার অ্যাকিউজ মানে কেউই জানে না। ব্লুটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট লাইন, ব্লুটা হচ্ছে যেটা শুধু যে খুন করেছে সে জানে, খুনের ডিটেলস। তাহলে লাল সবাই জানে, সবুজ কেউ জানে না, নীল হচ্ছে শুধু যে খুন করেছে সে জানে। নাও জাস্ট লুক এট দ্য পিকচার অফ নট গিলটি। নট গিলটিতে ব্লু আর গ্রিন লাইন একসঙ্গে চলছে, তার মানে ব্লু লাইন হচ্ছে যেটা অনলি পারপেট্রেটর জানে, গ্রিন লাইন আর হচ্ছে জানে না। তাহলে জানে না সঙ্গে দুটো, লাল যেটা জানে সেটা আলাদা চলছে, যেটা সবাই জানে, ঠিক আছে। গিলটি হলে যেটা জানা লাইন, লালটা হচ্ছে নলেজ লাইন আর গ্রিনটা হচ্ছে আননোন লাইন। সেখানে নট গিলটির সাথে গ্রিনের সঙ্গে ব্লু, ব্লু হচ্ছে যেটা শুধু খুনের লাইন একসঙ্গে চলছে। গিলটি হলে লালের সঙ্গে নীল ম্যাচ করে যাচ্ছে, সবুজ আলাদা হয়ে যাচ্ছে। ক্লিয়ার? যেটা নট নোন টু দ্য সাবজেক্ট সেটা সবারই নট নোন, যেটা নোন লাল সবারই নোন, কিন্তু নীল লাইনটা শুধু পারপেট্রেটর জানে। সেখানে পারপেট্রেটরের যা ছবি দেখালে বা অন্য কিছু দেখালে that will go with the red line. এটা হচ্ছে ফান্ডামেন্টাল বেসিক প্রিন্সিপাল। নেক্সট, সো এটা একই কথা। নেক্সট, জাস্ট যদি গুগলে সার্চ করেন অনেক ডিটেলস জানতে পারবেন। আর একটা জিনিস আছে খালি সেটা বলবো। নেক্সট, নেক্সট, অ্যাডমিসিবিলিটি কোর্ট, এটা মোটামুটি সারা পৃথিবীর কোর্টে অ্যাডমিসিবল হয়েছে, ইন্ডিয়ান কোর্ট খুব ধীরে চলে, এখনো ভাবনা চিন্তা করছে। নেক্সট, এবারে এইটা খালি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আচ্ছা, ধরা যাক একটা ক্লাসরুমে একজন ঢুকে একটা খুন করলো, তাহলে এখানে আগে আমরা দুটো ভাগ করেছিলাম, যে খুন সম্বন্ধে জানে এবং জানে না। এখানে তিনটে হয়ে গেল। একজন খুন করেছে সে জানে, দ্বিতীয় হচ্ছে যে ক্লাসের মধ্যে বাকি যারা আছে তারা খুন করেনি কিন্তু চোখের সামনে দেখেছে, চোখের সামনে ঘটনাটা দেখেছে। আর থার্ড ওয়ান যারা ক্লাসেই ছিল না, তারা কিছুই জানে না। তাহলে একটা হচ্ছে নলেজেবল, একটা নট নলেজেবল অ্যান্ড অ্যানাদার, এটা আমরা ভাগ করেছিলাম। এখন নলেজেবল উইথ দ্য সেম স্টিমুলাই হু ইজ নলেজেবল, আর থার্ড হচ্ছে নট নলেজেবল। এখানে কি করে আমি আলাদা করবো? নেক্সট, এখানে দুটো জিনিস বলা হয়, একটা হচ্ছে প্রোব, একটা হচ্ছে ট্রিগার। যে কোনো লোক খুন করার জন্য একটা রিজন, কারণ থাকে। তাহলে আমি যদি ওই সিন অফ ক্রাইম দেখাই বা লোকটা দেখাই, এভরি যারা দেখেছে তাদেরও কিন্তু মার চলে আসবে, পিছলি চলে আসবে। কিন্তু খুন করার মোটিভ যেটা, কেন খুন করেছে, যদি সেই জিনিস দেখানো হয় তাহলে অনলি যে খুন করেছে তার স্টিমুলেন্ট আসবে। নেক্সট, So the target response is which contain only mark. The irrelevant response doesn't contain mark. Next. Probe dile, probe similar to target response indicated that the subject recognized the probe, therefore determines the information was present. The subject was knowledgeable for the crime. Next. So brain response to the probe, which is similar to those of irrelevant, indicates did not recognize the probe that determined the information absent. So not knowledgeable. Eta ঠিক আছে আমি details গেলাম. Next. আর একটা বাকি আছে ছোট মতো. আচ্ছা next. Last one, functional MRI. Brain activity during the, এটা হচ্ছে combination of all এবং নন ইনভেসিভ, তাই প্রবলেম কিছু নেই। এটা লাই ডিটেকশনের সঙ্গে একটা এমআরআই হচ্ছে, এমআরআই যেটা ডিটেক্ট করে ব্রেন অ্যাক্টিভিটি। নেক্সট, ফাংশনাল এমআরআই, মানে আমরা নর্মালি যেটা এমআরআই নিই সেটা হচ্ছে জাস্ট ইমেজ, তার ফাংশন দেখা হয় না। এখানে তাকে এমআরআই তে রেখেই কোশ্চেন করা হবে এবং সেখানে ব্রেনের অ্যাক্টিভিটি আমরা দেখবো উইদাউট ডাই অর উইদাউট এনি ইনভেসিভ থিং। সো ইট ইজ এ কম্বিনেশন অফ অল। নেক্সট, জাস্ট ছবি করা দেখা। স্ট্রাকচারাল এমআরআই, জাস্ট এমআরআই মানে ডিফারেন্ট সেকশন নেওয়া যাচ্ছে ডিফারেন্ট এরিয়ায়। ফাংশনাল এমআরআই সেই পার্টের ফাংশন দেখছি। নেক্সট, ন্যাচারালি ইট ইজ কস্টলি, 4D ইমেজ তৈরি হয়। স্ট্রাকচারাল এমআরআই 3D ইমেজ, এখানে 4D ইমেজ হচ্ছে, length, breadth, depth as well as the action. Next, different technical things, method psychiatry তে mainly use করা তার মাইন্ড সেট বুঝতে। নেক্সট, this is MRI machine, এখানে ডিফারেন্ট রে দিয়ে আছে। নেক্সট, এই ডাটা যেটা পাওয়া যায় র ডাটা, সেটাকে সফটওয়্যারে অ্যানালিসিস করে রেসপন্সে ফিট করা হয়। নেক্সট, এখানে বোঝা যাচ্ছে, আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি ব্রেন অ্যাক্টিভেশন তৈরি করা হয়েছে। লাল যেটা নিচের ছবি, স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্যাল ম্যাপ তৈরি করে এই পার্ট অ্যাক্টিভেট করা হয়েছে, এই পার্টে মিথ্যে তৈরি হয়। সো দ্য পারসন ইজ টেলিং লাই। নেক্সট, আরেকটা জিনিস আছে। নেক্সট, ড্রাগ ট্রাক কিচ্ছু লাগছে না। এবারে হচ্ছে গ্রুপ ম্যাপিং, মানে একটা ক্রাইম তো অনেক সময় অনেকে মিলে করছে, একটা গ্রুপ 4 জনকে করা হয়েছে, 4 জনেরই মোটামুটি একই জায়গা ছিল, তার মানে 4 জনই ইনভলভ ছিল। নেক্সট, সো কন্ট্রাস্ট যেটা করা হয় ডিফারেন্ট গ্রুপে, ড্রাগ দিয়ে প্লেসিবো নিয়ে, মানে যে সাসপেক্ট তার সঙ্গে আরেকজনেরও করা হবে, যে নয় কোনো রকমের কন্ট্রোল রেখে। নেক্সট, যেমন এটা গ্রুপ স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স ম্যাপ, কন্ডিশন 2 তে আরেকটা কন্ট্রোল। এবারে 1 and 2 ম্যাচ করে আমরা দেখছি যে 1 ই রেসপন্সিবল, 2 নট। নেক্সট, এটা প্রবলেম অনেক, ভীষণ কস্টলি, স্মল নাম্বার অফ পার্টিসিপেন্ট করা যায়, টাইম প্রচুর লাগে, কোর্টে এই ডাটা ডিফিকাল্ট টু প্লেস। নেক্সট, so come last part is ethics. Technology moves faster than corresponding discussion. First we discuss the technology and then brain. So the ethics come as why, if we can read brain পড়ে brain read করা মানে we become completely naked in front of others. Everything about me, everyone, all of us have got some secret thinking, some secret in my mind we have not shared to anybody, including our spouse. So that will come out. Next, so brain polygraph, then narco, then brain mapping, then functional MRI last. Next, so it is called rape of mind. Your mind is invaded. It has been seen that after this lie detection, the person becomes psychologically very vulnerable. Think what I have told. Next, attack is non-painful, non-physical, but nothing sexual, but resemble rape. Helplessness, mental and emotional agony, traumatized victim suffers side effect of isolation, depression, insomnia, paranoia. Next, so lie about lie detector and untruth serum, it has been told about same picture of Mona Lisa frowning. Next, way to beat the test. So CIA spy and agent Aldrich Ames have written it that it is not a problem. Simple thing, we are testing mind. So I shall deviate my mind from the test. So whenever some question is asked, I shall do mental mathematics, 42 into 7. Let me think 105 into 5, like that. Then thinking exciting that I am enjoying holiday with some actress. Third, I'm voluntarily, just by this Ramdev or some breathing pattern change. This is a thing taught in yoga, so we can change our breathing pattern. Next one is very common, biting the side of the tongue or putting nail in the shoe. So if there is pain, you forget everything. So whenever there is something that should come out, you place your foot in the nail, the severe pain will distract mind to be there. আমাদের ছোটবেলায় যখন হেঁচকি উঠতো, থামতো না, মা পিঠে একটা জোরে ঠাস করে থাপ্পড় মারতো, so mind is deviated there, হেঁচকি বন্ধ হয়ে যায়. Next. Untruth serum in India first used in Godhra. So I've already told that barbiturate that can lead to fantasy. আমরা যে স্বপ্নে দেখি সেগুলো কি সব ঠিক? মনের মধ্যে অনেক কিছু থাকতে পারে, but that doesn't mean that everything is correct in the mind. Okay, next. So Richard Nixon has told, I do not know anything about lie detector other than they scare the hell out of people. Next, I think it is finished, Pasta Baje. So everyone should benefit from the expert advice. Next. So last slide, story of 4 people. Everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody. There was an important job to be done and everybody was sure that somebody will do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry. It was everybody's job. Everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody would not do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when actually nobody accounts to anybody. That means a group work. You are starting a great thing, the forensic science study. So it must be a team effort. Already I heard that your team is very strong. You are just complementing each other. That is a great thing. Last, but next slide. So being a teacher for 40 years, I'm again tempted to take a test. That test has got some different meaning. The test is banana test, not related to lie detection. Just it has got a purpose and motive. I shall tell you at the end. So 2 minutes only. Banana test, first slide. Listen to the question. 4 different animals find themselves under a really big, tall palm tree. A lion, a giraffe, a monkey, and a squirrel. Okay, they find themselves. They decide to have a contest to find out who is the quickest to pick the banana grown at the top of the tree. So which animal do you think get the banana first? Next. You get 30 seconds for that. Next slide. The answer reveals something important about your personality. So I have already told that I like direct interaction, that is offline class. Here it is not possible. However, think yourself and then match your thing. You are the best judge of you. So you have decided. Next one. We'll get first. So if your answer is lion, you got a serious problem. If your answer is monkey, you are a jackass. If your answer is giraffe, you are a stupid. And if your answer is squirrel, then you are a hopeless case. Why? Next. Very simple answer. Because banana don't grow on palm tree. I have told they are assembled under a palm tree. So it tests your concentration. It is not possible to be concentrated for more than 1 hour 15, nearly 1.5 hours. And in aged condition, this pedagogy is for child learning, this andragogy. It is very, very difficult to put inside the mind of our people. The peoples become fanatic very easily. But again, if somebody got it correct, congratulates to him or her. Otherwise, you must really be too stressed and overworked. Today is a weekend. Take a few days off and just try to relax and enjoy. Next. Have a great day. Next. Thank you for very much. Next. So if you have got if you have got any questions, you can have the questions now, or though I am an old man, but I am available in all avenue. All 3 mobile number having WhatsApp. I've got Facebook, I've got Twitter, I've got LinkedIn. So you can communicate with me. That is quite unusual. I'm aged 66 years, but I have started it from very beginning. So technology, you have to keep pace with the technology. Otherwise, a very famous slogan from AVP, porte hoy, no ye pichiye porte hoy. So I do not want to be backwards. Thank you very, very much for such a long, tolerating me for such a long time. Hope to see you physically again sometimes in future. Okay. Stay healthy, keep yourself healthy. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your very nice presentation. And it is really interesting. So and a lot of things that we do not know, but come to know because we have a fantasy that lie detection can give us every information that we want to know, but still there is a lot of things that we have to find out. So nothing is very easy that we have understood. So now the session is open for question answer. And I have found that in the chat box, one question is pointed out by Deep Chaudhary. So I just read this question, and after that, sir, what he have pointed out that, sir, I have a question on this lie detection points by you. Does this point, when read by any liar, can be used by him or her to hide him or her symptoms of lying by reading this lie point?
No, I have already told, if the person is mental psyche is like that, then he can even control his mind. Because it is only possible. I have told the two very salient points that lying, I am deliberately telling the lie, and I know that I am doing something wrong. From my mind, there is that weakness will be caught. But if I think it's no problem, and otherwise knowing fully well that if I can control my mind, I can deviate my mind, that already told by Advent James, then also it is not a full, it is never used as a concrete evidence. It is only used as a corroborative evidence. Yeah, if I got the time, I can show you that video. The person has told that he has killed, but where, that is not important, that is not accepted by the court. But he has told where the murder weapon has been kept. That murder weapon was recovered from that site, and then other trace evidence corroborates, and the person was punished. So that is a corroborative evidence, not a direct evidence.
So I also request all the participants, because if you have any questions regarding this beautiful talk or information that Sir shared with us, and in addition to this, if you have any question regarding our forensic science course, if you are interested, please ask, because our Dean Sir, Professor J.K. Pandey, our Professor in charge of Department of Forensic Science, Dr. Vimal Kumar Sarkar, Aditya Sir, all are present. So now it is an open session for all of you. So I just request everyone, if you have any query, then please. And another thing is that
I have just one query, sir, regarding functional MRI. That is there any specific metabolites responsible that which can discriminate the lie person?
In functional MRI, it is basically what is there. Or when in MRI we see the structure. Normally 3D images are produced. That is, we make a slice of the brain and structure. And functional MRI means at that time concurrently the functions are measured by electroencephalography by asking the question at the same time. That's why it's called fourth dimensional. And naturally, you are very correct that we know hardly anything about the brain. So what are the activity of the brain at that time, and why the person is under influence of something, that is all things to be considered. So nothing is just like 2 + 2 = 4. So we get some idea. It is only experimentally trying in USA because it is very expensive. MRI is expensive, and along with that event, there is concurrent EEG also. EEG also an expensive thing. And not only that, the analysis part, the software part, it is also difficult. So just on an experimental level in a very high profile cases. So fortunately, the science is advancing, but again, the drawbacks and lacunae. We have heard so much about this DNA profile. Now you can read, you can search, there are so many fallacies are coming out. The person in DNA identification and other things. So every dark cloud has silver lining, but every silver cloud also has dark lining. So just, I'm not going into much details of functional MRI because this audience is a mixed audience and it's just an orientation program. So,
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you so much. It was really wonderful and very interesting presentation. Not for a second or 5 seconds we could turn our eyes from the screen, and it just picked up right from the beginning. I just wanted to request if you can suggest that what are the job opportunities in this lie detecting area? Uh, maybe some of our students might be interested to know.
Right, it is used widely by the police people, all the investigators, CBI, ED, all having this. But in India, the base center for lie detection is only Nimans, Bangalore, because neurological part is involved. Now in New Delhi, they have started. In Hyderabad also, they have started. But unfortunately, our part of the country, the Eastern India, is always, you know, the condition of the forensic science laboratory here. Nothing is there except medieval instruments, and hardly peoples are not there. So this viscera is a very simple chemical test, and there is no job. All the jobs are now. The administrator is also an IPS officer. That is, the police people has taken it totally from bureaucracy. Earlier it was some forensic science specialist. But what to do? Because basically, to tell its heart's little bitter, as the dead body don't have any vote. So people's government, no government want to spend money on that. So they are spending money, but this is becoming nowadays with the more terrorist activity and more intelligence service. Okay, so this terrorism, to make counter terrorism, etc. This is a highly good thing, but the advanced training, the trainings are done in Jayaprakash Narayan Institute. Now it is called university. And you know that in Gujarat, there is a separate university, only university in India, that is Forensic Science University, Gujarat Forensic Science University in Gandhinagar. So they have got also all these setups. I visited that area. So it is the job of basically the forensic science and police people to ask, but they are not asking. There is a mystery. I have told the forensic science people, why you are not asking? So they are always afraid. If more people said there will be my competitor, I may be transferred. So all these things are, just say one center opened in Jalpaiguri or North Bengal, all the viscera are coming to Calcutta. That has been closed. So it is administrative policy and other things now very difficult for job prospect. But if you have got a training in that, now the investigators, IPS officers are already having this training in police academy. Forensic people are giving the training. But actually, the trainings are always given to those persons. But very seniors, they come for training and they don't do anything. And number two, lot of police officers are told we have learned so many things, but there is no scope of implementation. Whatever system is going on, we are doing the same. Because the third degree, the earlier method of deception was beating only. That has been totally stopped by human rights, but police is such a thing. They find the alternative. I've already told that forcing lie detection. So torture without having any injury. That has been developed. Very nicely developed, that no doctor can find any evidence of torture. Just if I'm tempted, I can tell a real story. So one case in Calcutta, there is a snatching of money. The person reported with some self-inflicted injury. That was time I was in medical college, Adamas State Police Station. So the officer came and I told it is self-inflicted. Just make him interrogated where he kept the money. He told, no, sir, human rights that time was very strong. If I do something, I may be suspended. And the person is already telling, please call my lawyer. Two things they call. Call my lawyer, and I'm feeling chest pain. I want to admit it in SSKM. My heart is very bad. So we discussed something, and he took the person to the police station. And after half an hour, he came back with a Gangodam sweetbreads and he told everything. So what was suggested? So it was done that the person was made lying on a cot. Police barrack in Khate Shuye. Two constables were made sit in the leg side. So Godalil opor mota tulo diye duto pa bendhe paye tole shushuri. No injury, no abrasion, no harm, nothing. Paye dago porbe na tulo ache. Within 5 minutes he told us. So this is a method where human rights could not do anything. No doctor can reveal any injury, and he cannot tell anything. So basic thing is there are two things running parallelly: crime and police. So one behind another. Here technology is advancing, that is also advancing. So let us see what can. But trying is there a lot of sophisticated things are coming up. But the problem is training and other things are not there.
Demand is there, but I think trend or skill
Demand is there.
professionals are.
Earlier there was a proposal to make a separate Ministry of Forensic Science, under one banner. That is to be done, but nobody is interested. That is it. Anyway, always don't make the student disheartened.
Yeah.
There is scope. Of course, there is scope in definitely new, not in our state, of course. Lot of new laboratories. UP has opened a new one, excellent in Lucknow. Just recently, they have advertised in all posts. So you can go through it. The students who passed, they can get job there, forensic science job, and there are a lot of other activities also. Now, even the industrial house are also had. That is cyber security and other forensic security, those things. That's why very few institutions are teaching. It is not so much job oriented till now in our country.
So, any question, any further?
পালিয়ে চেষ্টা হবে। কত সুন্দর ছুটির দিন, today is holiday.
Today, yes, today is the holiday. So, so can I now proceed towards the end of this session, sir?
Thank
With
you
your
very much.
permission?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So, with the permission of the speaker and our professor.
Just one request.
Yes, sir.
If our honorable Dean sir and professors will give some address.
Sir, actually, I was avoiding that because because of many reasons. I was late in attending this session, and fortunately, I couldn't miss anything. I mean, in front of me only, sir has started sharing. So first of all, I'm sorry for my late coming. And sir, thank you so much for your time. And I was going through your CV; it was circulated to us. And definitely, when you are back in India, please, sir, let us know. We would be very happy.
I'm in India.
Okay.
I'm not. I just
Okay,
came to Katia.
Okay. You just said it's in USA. It's the morning time.
No. USA, my son stays there. That is old now.
Okay.
Post
So sir,
corona.
whenever time permits, sir, and things get normalized when students are here, we would be very pleased and honored to welcome you in our university.
Thank you.
And in front of when you will speak and give a talk in an auditorium in front of all the students and interested faculty members, then definitely it is going to increase the awareness as well as interest in people, and these young minds, they will realize that it's not the scarcity or lack of job, but in this area, it's a skill, it's a training that is missing, that dedication and motivation that is missing. So I'm sure some of our young mind will get inspired when you are here, sir, in the campus. Thank you so much for your time, and I think this lecture we are going to sir, is there any plan, Sarkar sir, as you have recorded this lecture, so you can know for our new students and existing students in forensic science, only for them we can make it available.
Yes. Just already we have taken some recording also, and then we prepare this with some clippings, those things, and can be placed in front of the student also, so that they can get some motivation also. So
and that's a banana on palm tree. Actually, at least I couldn't get. I was thinking it's monkey who will get it first. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you, Professor Pandey sir. Thank you, Professor Taposh Kumar Bose sir. Thank you, Professor Vimal Kumar Sarkar sir, and thank you all the participants for joining us. It is really a great learning experience from you, sir. And whenever the situation is under control, there is no fear from COVID. we request you to please come to our university, visit
Sure,
our
sure. It
department.
will be my pleasure.
Okay, so with this, I would like to thank our university, our IT support team. They actually provide us such a nice platform, online platform, so that we can able to organize such a academic activities, because nowadays all academic activities are basically going on in online Zoom platform or other platform. So I also thank to our Adamas University IT support team, and I also thank to all the organizers and the students who are actually giving us a lot of questions, and with these questions we are also learning in this subject. So with this hope that we will have a great future in this forensic science people, forensic science students, I would like to formally uh, give the vote of thanks to all of you. And now I would like to request Professor Sarkar sir to please conclude this.
Actually, really today, Professor Bosch what just informed us and placed in front of us different processes which are being followed in this forensic field also, which may include not only forensic medicine, also the forensic psychology, and many things are here. And really it make the pupil and most importantly the students to think once that what are the scope of forensic science, and what really it is called science, and how it can help not only just make them very placement ready, also make them learn also that how this science can be explored in different fields. So this is really a very great just information conveyed by Professor Bosch to us. And for that reason, we are very happy, sir, and we are very pleased, and we are very also fortunate and being felt honored also for this one. So, and also it creates a very good understanding environment in the Department of Forensic Science that obviously give us a direction which we can follow also. So with these few words, my feelings I'm sharing. So now over to Aditya. We are now at the end of the session. Over to Aditya.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining the session. We have already sent a feedback form for the participants in the chat box. Kindly fill it for betterment of us, and you will get your certificates. With these words, now this is the end of our previous session. Thank you, everyone.